Greetings and welcome to EnergizeUtv Season 7, Episode number 4. Feeling stuck in survival mode? Even when you're doing all the right things? Your nervous system might still be on autopilot, blocking your joy, healing, and momentum. And that's why this week on EnergizeUtv, it's from your mess to your message. So excited. Now, every week we take from the Ignite book, Raise Your Energy in 30 seconds or less, naturally, so that you shine with more energy, joy, and abundance. Get your copy, let me sign it, and come along with me. It's so exciting. So, as we move forward, let's talk about our guest. Oh my gosh. In the wisdom segment, I'm joined by the powerhouse, soul sister, Erin Loman Jeck, a TEDx speaker, also a TEDx speaker coach, and a queen of stage conversions. Together, we're going to dive into how to stop outsourcing your power and start living fully awake. She brings fierce love, wisdom, and no fluff approach to sharing your story and sharing who you are. And I can't wait. These are going to be writer-downers. They're going to be great tips for you to walk away with. So let's just take a deep breath, because I'm the breath pusher. I'm also the water pusher. So let's do both every morning on stories and on Facebook and Instagram. I remind you because I do love you that much. I just love the water. Take that water in. And you know what? There's even more. So here we go. A favorite for so many is the exciting crystal connection segment. And that's exploring the crystals and the elements that are inside of us and really put us together as one. Then there's the energy awareness segment, where you understand and amplify your energy. And then a top pick for many is the energy clearing and reset segment, where we're going to release and reset your vibration. Keep listening in. I can see you coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. And you know what? A viewer's favorite is the Reiki for Life. We're going to give you some tips and benefits of what Reiki energy healing can do for you. And of course, the wisdom segment coming up with Erin. She's going to be awesome. Writer-downers, inspirational. Definitely. And highly requested segment is the personal calibration, where I will be leading a transmission to realign your whole being and kind of learn to line into doing that. So doesn't that sound exciting? So go ahead. And I know that people are feeling really stuck right now. So go ahead and be kind and share this with your friends, your family, to help ignite. And, because that's what I do as a spiritual counselor, energy healer for almost 30 years. What I do is I help you to get unstuck and really get those answers to that spiritual stuff, or spiritual that you would like to know. So let's dive right in. Whoa, wait a minute. I've got a spotlight moment, and this is Wendy. She was on last week, so let's see what she has to say right now.
This is Wendy Kleinfeld from Purple Tiger Fitness, and I'm so thrilled to be here on EnergizeUtv. Huge thank you to Angel Marie for creating such an energetic platform for positivity and inspiration. Angel, your energy is truly contagious. From the moment we met, you said that our paths were meant to cross, and I could not agree more. And I'm so grateful for the light you bring to the world. Today, I'm excited to share my golden nugget with you, which is in the moment of overwhelm, when you feel like things are just coming down on you and you just can't seem to find a way out. I want you to take a moment to take a step back, breathe, and think about whether you're trying to solve for your problems or trying to solve for what's in front of you. So thank you again, Angel Marie, for this incredible opportunity. And thank you to all the wonderful viewers for being part of this journey of energy, joy, and healing.
You want to check her out. There is her email. Go ahead and email her, because she was on last week for season 7, episode number 3. Awesome. So check it out. And if you want to, go ahead and email her right away and chat with her. She's always open to chat. So as we continue on, let's go to the next segment. Science tells us everything's energy. It's the hottest thing going right now, isn't it? Everybody's talking about energy and, I don't like that. So let's just talk about how do you connect to it? Because everything is energy, isn't it? And energy isn't random. It's always what? Moving, shifting, and responding to what we think and we intend. And you know what? Einstein, he had it right. You know what? He said, and he taught that everything in the universe is connected through energy. everything we can't see with our eyes. And he taught us that. So have you ever walked into a room and your stomach just drops? And I go, whoa, what is that? Or maybe you think of Erin, and all of a sudden Erin calls me. I'm like, wow, that's energy. And that's understanding that you are a beautiful frequency. And in that frequency, you are coming from mostly what? Your heart. And that's the other thing is it's the heart emits the magnetic field by frequency carries information. So it creates a measurable magnetic field that it projects around your body and beyond your body. And this field is in frequency carries information. Inside and all around your body is called the biofield. And like your own personal energy bubble. This kind of sounds a little woo-woo, but it really isn't. It's as simple. It's simple. It's an electronic magnetic field produced by the movement of ions and out of cells, your thoughts, your emotions, even your excitement or stress. They all show up in your biofield. That's just a feeling. It's not just a feeling. No, not at all. It's what? It's energy. And you are that energy. And that is you're sensing other people's biofields. That makes sense. The opera does. So you know what? We can prove that by the aura photo. If you see this aura photo, this is real. This is me. This is the aura, the colors around me. This is real. So we can call it a biofield. We can go real woo-woo and call it an aura. Or you know what? We can look at this chart. And you can really see in this chart that shame, blame, guilt, fear, trying too hard, coulda, shoulda, woulda, anger, desire. Ooh, it's all lower vibrations on the vibrational frequency chart. And as we move up to neutral, to willingness, to acceptance, to reason, to love and joy and grateful gratitude, we start to raise our vibrational field. And many people will ask me, Angel, how do you do this? When you are diagnosed with lupus, fibromyalgia, arthritis, Sjogren's, neuropathy in my hands and my feet, plus the Epstein-Barr. Yes, chronic pain all the time. How do I stay in that? I don't stay here. I stay in that grateful gratitude, that peace and compassion, and it builds me and builds that vibrational tone. And then what happens? You don't actually have the pain. Whoa. And that's for me. Absolutely. So frequency, energy, right? Very powerful. And connecting to this energy, this field of air. And that's really what I do in my special work as a event energy conductor, because I conduct the energy. And right here at eWomen Network Phoenix and many other places that I've been, I am that energy conductor. And what does that really mean? Because what's happening is I'm like a music conductor that leads an orchestra. I work with the invisible energy field of people, spaces, and the whole event. And I'm turning and guiding the energy to flow the best way it can. But guess what? Guess what, you beautiful you? You're an energy conductor too, because you manage your energy, you balance your energy, you move your energy. And the biggest thing is you change the form of it, because you can change the form anytime. It's very powerful when you do this. So let's just breathe into that for a second, because I really like this one. Pure energy elevates isn't accidental. It's conducted, calibrated, and amplified with intention. And isn't that so true? Because you move your frequency and your energy. Now, beautiful, beautiful. Let's move to the next segment, which is release negative energy in 30 seconds or less. I love this one because it's all about my book, which is in 30 seconds or less, you move your chi. So it's going down the same way. So everybody take a deep breath. There you go. And let's start to move the energy and move it, and breathe it out. And some of you, I can feel we really need to kind of move around and move, because we need a pattern interrupt with the physical sometimes. So go ahead and move that, move your hands, move it, because we want to be open to these divine messages that Erin's going to be bringing to us, that I'm bringing to you. And you really want to be able to do that quantum leap and be able to be in that vibrational field and that alignment and calibrate that. Breathe as you absorb this energy from the universe of this healing, abundance, great relationships, how you serve and show up to people, our spiritual growth, that physical wellness. Breathe into and absorb the stabilizing energy. Another deep breath. There you go. And you know what? Thank you. Thank you for playing with me today. I so appreciate when you play, because you know what? I see you. I celebrate you. And I love you. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be hitting over 60,000 views a month. And that's because of you. And I really do appreciate and love you for that. And as we move forward, I want to just reiterate, last couple weeks, I talked about the alignment code, about the importance of water, breath, cut and release, ground, and protection. Just wanted to remind you to go back and take a look at those, because they are so powerful to take a look at. So let's move forward again. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the amazing Veronica, and she is going to be with us next week. And we're going to be talking about visibility. So here she is with her spotlight moment. I'll be right back.
Hello, Sunshine. I'm Veronica Bond, the founder of Veronica Bond Consultancy, and I am thrilled to be featured on EnergizeUtv, hosted by the amazing Angel Marie, a true light worker who has created a powerful space for inspiration and high vibration connections. Here's a golden nugget for you about my journey. You know, visibility isn't about ego. It's about impact. When you finally say yes, your people can find you, your message lands louder, and your life expands in ways you can't even plan, but your soul always knew. Whether you're on a path for healing, growth, or leadership, let this be your reminder. Your visibility matters. The power of your yes matters, and you're not alone. Thank you, Angel, for this amazing opportunity for us to connect. I can't wait for you to all watch our full episode. Let's rise, shine, and align together.
Wonderful. Awesome. There's her website if you want to check her out. She's going to be on next Thursday. I just love this lady from Women Network, and a dear, dear friend for years and years. So there you have it. Okay. As we move forward, I promised you that we would talk about the energy of Reiki. And many people ask me, what is Reiki? Well, you know, we can call it XYZ actually, but here you go. This is the Reiki. And my top question this week about Reiki is what? It is about, can Reiki help with love and relationships? Even if the other person isn't even into this energy stuff, which many people aren't. And it's this great question. I love this question because here's the truth. Reiki doesn't force change. It helps to clear it. Yes, it does. It clears energy so you can stop caring what others think. And it's also start showing up with clarity, compassion, and grounded energy of love. Now, studies in energy philosophy, psychology, and relationships neuroscience show that when one person in a relationship becomes more regular and energetically aligned, it positively influences the emotional tone of the relationship, even without words. Now, whoa, right? Isn't that like, whoa? So doing Reiki, yeah, and I love this one. Stillness isn't lazy, it's sacred. Reiki gives your nervous system permission to exhale. And that's really what we need to do, is exhale more and take more time to relax. So whether you're going through a healing heartbreak, deepening a current relationship, or calling a conscious partner, Reiki really does help. It clears your it clears all of that energetic yuck out. It really does. And then it also heals from your past emotional wounds, strengthens your heart's intuitive wisdom, and aligns your frequency with the love you deserve. So you don't need both in the room. Just one aligned energy can shift the entire dynamics. So if you're ready to explore how Reiki strengthens the most important relationship of all, which is you, and how that ripples to every connection in your body, then maybe you're ready to go to level 1 Reiki like this amazing soul did. Now, almost 30 years I've been teaching this, and it is an amazing, and it'll shift your life forever. And then we also have Reiki shares that we do every month, and so much more. So Thank you for letting me share my passion, my love with you, because I just love creating and talking about the energy of Reiki, and Reiki is so powerful. And you know what? I would love if you go ahead and go into the spiritual guidance collection. Just click on that QR code, and you get a lot of the sessions that almost 30 years I've been teaching. And then, of course, go ahead and go into here and get that book. Go ahead and click on that and grab that book. Let me sign it for you. Get it to you in the upcoming events. If you're here local in Phoenix, Arizona, or virtual, they're all there. And of course, the Shine On song, everybody loves that one. And there's the Reiki and the Tai Chi also. So let's keep going and move to the next segment, which is drum roll. We got to go to a commercial break for right now. And then afterwards, I promised you what? The beauty of the crystals. So you're going to get to learn the crystals. But before we go to that, I want to tell your mess isn't something hide. It's where your power is. And Erin again is going to be telling us that after the crystal. So let's go right now to the commercial, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the beauty of the crystal.
Traditional business cards are often lost or forgotten. This can lead to missed opportunities and wasted time and money. Java Logics offers a unique solution. Eco-friendly paperless business cards that are easy to update and share. With our QR code, you can share your card with anyone, anytime, anywhere. It's the easiest way to share your details. Interested in getting one? Click on Get Offer and get your own digital business card today.
So go ahead and click on my QR code right there. Look at this business card. Everything's going digital. Reach out to Preston Mardelli. He's in Canada. He's awesome. He does my website, does so many things for me. Check it out. Tell him you want the angel discount, and he'll give you that discount straight away. So here we go on to the next. I promised you the crystal. The crystal of the week is the turquoise. And turquoise, I mean, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. That's the biggest thing going on over here is the turquoise, right? So in the turquoise, here's a fun fact about the turquoise, is it's one of the oldest gemstones. I didn't even know that. It has been prized by ancient civilizations like the Egyptians and Native American as far back as the Aztec time. Wow, I didn't know that. So really cool. This is what it looks like. And you know what? It is a rare stone found in Grand Canyon. You know, it's right next to me, area of Arizona. And it's a mixture of turquoise, chrysocolla, and malachite. Now, you know I love malachite. We've done that one before. So it's also seen as a symbol of friendship and unity, making it a popular gift among loved ones, and is high vibration that can uplift and inspire creativity and personal power. It also helps you to enhance your intuition and psychic abilities. And you know, when you wear it, you access that higher state of consciousness and you connect to the inner wisdom. And it's really pretty too. I love this one, right? Because it's so pretty. So you want to check that out and get a turquoise and wear it, because it is possible. So now as we move over to the bismuth, have you ever heard of the bismuth? It's actually an element, a mineral, and a metal. And a fun fact about I didn't change it. Here we go. About the bismuth, I love this, is that it is extremely rare in the universe. It is a heavy element formed in high energy events like the cosmic neutron stars, the collision of the neutron stars. I mean, that's pretty cool. And then bismuth also is a metal, is non-toxic, and has replaced toxic lead in many applications such as plumbing, medical allies, and soldering and other applications. It's really a cool one. And remember that you always want to charge your crystals, okay? You want to charge them, clear them, and cleanse them. And even with the hard metals, and the elements, make sure you're getting that trace minerals in your diet and where you're going. I'm not a nutritionist. I just always love, because I love you. And I'm that water person. So let's take a drink right now, because we're moving to the next segment. And the next segment is where we're going to bring in Erin any minute here. Let me have a sip. You're having a sip. Wonderful, wonderful. So here we go. Breathe. We're going to be bringing on the beauty of this wonderful lady, and we're going to be talking about conscious energy and conscious living. So I hope you're ready for this, because I am ready for this lady, because she is very dynamic. And here we go. Let's bring her on right now. There we are. Here, honey.
Hello.
Oh, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here today. And, if you could please tell us and tell the viewers, since I know you, I love you, who are you?
Yeah, so I am so honored to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I'm kind of a small town girl. I grew up in a small town. We had like 3,000 people in our town, and I dreamed of being a dolphin trainer. And I was nowhere near the ocean, but it was such a pull for me that I packed my bags in a car, drove all the way to the Florida Keys, and became a dolphin trainer. My dream job, right? I mean, not many people can say they got to live their dream job, but now I feel like I've got to live many of my dream jobs. Those kind of have changed over the years. Dolphin training does not pay enough. Not in the Florida Keys even. So
Even? Wow.
no, yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, I think the top I made was $9 an hour. And so I worked as a server in a restaurant for many years, because I had to be able to pay the bills to live down there. But it was such a dream for me to be a dolphin trainer, so it didn't matter to me. And now I'm ramping up to move back to Florida with my kids, so they get to have the ocean experience, and I can't wait to take them to play with my dolphins again.
Oh, that's a wonderful story. Thank you so much for sharing. My gosh, let's just dive right into our what we got going today, because I want your awesome golden nuggets. I know, viewers, you're ready with your writer downer, so let's start out. You know what? This is about your mess to your message. And I like this one, and I've heard you say it before. You can't be a lighthouse to the world if you can't keep your own light on. What do you mean by that?
Oh, yeah. So I think there's a lot of people out here who really want to give back, who really want to create impact and influence. And your story is that. So the messiest parts of your life are actually the highest converting content you could ever share. Most people don't know this. Now, I will give you the caveat. You cannot speak from the wound. Speak from the scar. Because if you're still in the wounding process, you won't give them the light at the end of the tunnel. So you want to give people the light at the end of the tunnel. You want them to say, oh my gosh, I am in that right now. And you're right in front of me. This is destiny. This is must have, right? I need to do this work with this person. I really connect. So your story is somebody else's cure. And you have to remember that when sharing that. So remember, that is a great part of like the speaking from the scar, because you really want to have that transformation. And then what I say is, people that do want to share their stories, you got to get paid for this. Because my thing is that you went through all the hard stuff, right? This is almost like payment for you to go through all that hard stuff, to learn those golden nuggets, to find the way out, to crawl out, right, from that pit. And when you do, you can help others. You can reach back and help them. But if you can't sustain the message, if you can't continuously go out there and speak and share your stories and enroll people in whatever work you do, then you're doing a disservice to the higher power. To me, like, it's got to be that there is an energy exchange. I love that you talk about energy all the time. And money is just an energy exchange. So why aren't we being paid handsomely for what we do, right? And so that's what I teach people. I teach people how to make money, convert their stories on stages so that they can sustain the message.
Beautiful. I love that. And, it does take that. And I know when I first started and I was doing the training in front of people, I would tell the story and I would get really emotional. And so I was still in it.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying, and viewers, you get what you're saying is when you can be outside of that. And that's what she means by the scar. But I really like this one too. Clarity comes when you stop numbing your energy and start honoring it. that mean?
Oh, well, for me, honoring your energy is really, I grew up as an empath. I didn't know what being an empath was. So I would take on everybody's energy. When they were in a lower vibration, I was like, oh, they just forgot that they can handle that. They can transmute that. Let me do that for them. I spent most of my life, I think that's why I went to school to be a therapist. I really wanted to help people get through their stuff because I just felt it all the time. And I just, the funny thing was, as a child, my mom would be like, she'd be talking to somebody at the grocery store. Oh, hi, Sally. Hi, Sandy. How are you? And they'd be like, fine. How are you? I'm great. And I was like, no, they're not. Why are they lying? I didn't understand that they were just saying what the pleasantries, right? I didn't understand why they wouldn't tell the truth about why they were feeling that way, right? It just made no sense that adults were running around lying. But in honoring my own energy, I have to protect my own energy every single day. The reason I stopped being a therapist was because I didn't know how to handle all those people's energy. They dump out all their deepest, darkest stuff in my office, leave. They feel great. I feel like crap. So the time I didn't know how to do that. Now, every single day, my children as well, as we get out of the house, we get in the car, we clear our energy field. We call back all of our energy from wherever it's been taken. We seal up our bubble. What's mine is mine. What's yours is yours. I send you love and light, and no one can take my energy. And we set that so that when we go out in the world, we aren't the big sponge anymore, because it was many years of being that sponge that I was like, no more. Now my body can't take it at all.
Yeah. And, and I love that, because writer downers, everybody, to do this action, which is a what? Pattern interrupt sometimes. Do the pattern interrupt so you can get out. And I love that you say this also too, is stop, drop, and meditate. I love that.
Yes.
And it does. It helps you to hone, doesn't it?
It does. And so much we get so chaotic up in here, right? And sometimes I'm like, just stop, drop, and meditate. Drop in, get back into center with yourself, back in alignment, because we can get pulled out and distracted in so many different ways, and so many people needing our energy and our time and all of that. But if you drop back in, center yourself for a few minutes, you can come back with better energy and more clarity than you ever had beforehand.
Yes, and that goes right in line to the UCLA mindful awareness research that they went through in 2014 that revealed that people who practice mindfulness and energy awareness experience increased emotional resilience, decreasing reactively, right? That active, right? And even in high stress relationships. It just goes in line. It's that communication. It's that relationship with yourself.
Yeah. And you have to be a priority. My mom did not teach me to be a priority. I am teaching my daughter to be the priority. For me, even getting my nails done is more of a pattern for her to see that mommy takes care of herself. Mommy goes and does stuff for herself. It makes her feel good. And I think that's an important thing, especially as women. We're taught to be nurturing everybody else, but the nurturing has to start here, because you can't give from an empty cup.
Beautiful. And it goes right in line to another thing that you say: the more conscious you become, the louder your soul speaks, and the world needs to hear you.
So I always imagine, this is always how I imagine heaven, or the great before. We get up there, we're looking down, we're like, look at all this fun people are having. Oh my gosh, I want to try a little of that. Oh, let me, yes, I'll have my dad die when I was 10. Oh yeah, I'll sign up to have my mom get malignant melanoma when I'm 15, because that would be fun. It's like, I figured that I just raised my hand a little too much up there of things I wanted to take on. But I also know that soul, that entity was creating this to make me into the person I am today. And so I believe that we really are truly going through a lot of this stuff in order to serve the bigger purpose, right? And so I think our souls kind of giggle and laugh and think it's going to be fun. Then we get down in these skin suits, and then we're like, oh, it's terrible. My life's awful. This is so hard. And it's so funny, because I feel like our higher selves are just giggling like, you said you wanted this, and now here it is. Not so fun, is it?
I love that. It's so true. It's like, oh yeah, but you wanted it, and that goes right in line. We want to be on stage. At least I'm saying me. Some of you viewers, maybe you're like, oh no. But for me, I've been performing and an entertainer since I was 2 years old. With my mama being a dance, I've been on dance instructor. I've been on the stage. I had to step into that. But I like what you say because you train people to have TEDx talks. And I love this one is your future self is waiting for you to ask them anything, meaning you have the help, but then you also say, ask your spiritual introder to hold the energy when you're on stage. What does that mean?
Yeah. So it's funny. I didn't know, but I've been dancing since I was 2 on stages. My aunt was Miss Dance USA. So I've been dancing on stages. I was on Star Search. I've done all the things. That's funny. But I never would have thought that I've been teaching people how to speak on stage. Never in 100 years. I did think that was my purpose. And see, my soul told me this was your purpose. And I did hear the big download that was important, that I was here to help speakers. And I was like, oh, I can see now the ripple effect I get to create in the world by helping other people get their messages out. And I think that by getting on stage, not only, what I always say is the 4 parts of compelling communication. Number 1 is 50% of what the audience is taking in is nonverbal. So you're talking about energy, man. You got to get up on that stage. And now you can't be frenetic, like, oh, hey, hi, I'm Erin. It can't be like chaotic energy, but you got to bring the energy. You got to bring the confidence. If you go off and say, oh my God, look at all these things Erin's done. She's done all these amazing things. And as you're introducing me, I come out there and I'm like, hi, I'm Erin. And it's like, wow, she sounded like a big deal, but what's this? And that confused mind will be like, I don't know if I connect with this. I don't know what's going on here. And they put up a protection. So my thing is really, truly sharing your energy with the audience. I also put my spiritual entourage in front of my audience. Like I put them on the stage in front of me, because when I'm on stage for 3 days at my 3-day events, it's a lot of energy and it's a lot of efforting, right? And I think Brennan Burchard once it was all wired up for them to look at how much energy he was outputting during a 3-day event. And it was like every day was running 3 marathons. And you don't realize it, right? So I used to push my energy through the whole room. I set intentions, I touch the chairs, I download. Every single person in this room is going to get the best and the highest for their best and highest. Like that's what I put out there every single time. So my energy is filling the room. But when I'm up on stage, my spiritual entourage is pushing the energy out, not me. The audience feels like it's coming from me, but I get to maintain my own energy so that they can receive energy and for the highest and best. And the other beautiful thing is when I teach people to speak, I say, don't speak to the skin suits in the room. Speak to their higher self that's standing there behind them, their future self that already has all the answers. One of my things is I love to go into conversation with my higher self. Here's a total actionable thing. If you feel like you can't step into that confidence, ask your future self. What would my future self say? Oh, how would she show up? Because she sat on the truths with Oprah. She's been a New York Times bestselling author. She's done all these big things. She probably wouldn't be showing up the way that I would be showing up. So embody her and be that as you go out there. So that's the first one. 50% is nonverbal. 30% is vocal tonality, how you go up and down in your voice, how you create a melody, how you take people on a journey. You teach them how to feel about your story when you're telling it, using that. And it actually makes you memorable because it unlocks the episodic part of your memory. So that's really important.
Then hold on. Yeah. Hold on. I got to interrupt for a second because this is a lot of writer downers. So let's just take a deep breath.
Yeah.
I really like to have that, what she said, and we're going to just reiterate what she said, to have that entourage of your healing team, however you want to label. I'm going to say that my healing team, my guides, to have them come out. So you are protected up there. I love that one. And then the next one that you just said about making sure that you have that tonality. So go ahead, because these are writer downers.
Yes. So storytelling is 13%. And storytelling isn't, I did this. I got up, I brushed my teeth, I fed the dog, I went out the door, I went to work. That's a lot of times how people tell their story. Everyone in the audience is just sitting on the edge of their seat saying, show me how we connect. And if you can share a circumstance and that they don't connect with it, but if you share these 3 important things, you will connect to anyone, anywhere, anytime. Okay. What was I thinking? So you're telling your story. I was thinking I wasn't good enough. I was thinking that I couldn't get through this, right? Then you go into what was I feeling? I was feeling emotionally drained. I was feeling just desperate. And then the third one is, what was I feeling in my physical body? Because we all have a physical body. If I say I was so angry, my fist balled up, my chest was tight, and that vein on my forehead was popping, you're like, ooh, been there, done that, right? Doesn't even matter if it's the same situation. They just know that they've had those human connections. And now they're willing to listen to anything you have to say because they feel like you understand them. They think that you get them and you're speaking their language because you're using thoughts, feelings, and physical experiences. And so in storytelling, that is the most amazing part to tell. And to be honest, 5% of the words. It really doesn't matter what you say, it's how you make people feel. And so if you can do that energetically, you can do that by using your tonality. You can use that in your storytelling. Now everybody's floating on a cloud in the room, just being like, ooh, more, please give me more. They don't really care what you said. They probably will come up to you like, that was amazing. Like, what did you like best? I'm like, well, I like how you made me go on this journey with you, and I was like, okay, so they can't even articulate what you said. But I like to use NLP by using everybody's internal representation system. So we have auditory learners, we have kinesthetic learners, we have visual learners. You need to embody all 3 and not just, oh, well, I have a PowerPoint, so now I'm visual. That is important for the visuals, so it's great to have. But it's more of using the language like this. Look, can you see? Can you imagine, right? So that's for visuals. Auditory is like, does this resonate? Does this sound good to you? You're using these languages, they're like, yeah, that's me. And then kinesthetic, you give them experiential and they feel it and they're all in as well. And so if you can use all of those and use language that brings them all to you, saying, man, she's speaking my language, you have converted an entire room with your energy, with your story, with your message, and with how you speak to them.
That's beautiful. Thank you for that. Thank you. Can you tell us, you had a client that came in and she, let's say it's a she, and she's doing really well. She knows how to be present, on stage. She's just missing that. How did you take her from here to here?
Yeah.
And you gave me all of that. I mean, I'm going to go back and I'm going to write all this down. I am, because that's perfect. But go ahead.
Yeah, for me, a lot of times when people first come in and they're working with me and I'll watch one of their videos before, meeting with them or seeing them on stage, I really start to look at what non-verbally are they communicating. I turn off the volume and I just watch. And I'm like, does this person, like I have their bio in front of me, does this person energy align with what they are saying, who they are? And do they feel confident in their content? Like you can tell if somebody's like, it's body language. So I don't even need to hear what they had to say to be able to do that. So first and foremost, we do a lot of things to control our own internal system. So when we get on stage, everybody has the fight or flight symptoms go on. And, all of that happens. You need to reframe it to be excited, not scared, because that will change your brain and just make it go away. But the other thing is that while we're doing that, we're trying to protect this part of our body. Our torso has the most organs. So when we're nervous or scared, we tuck tight. We tuck our arms in. I used to speak like this with my elbows pinned all the time. Danger, Will Robbins, danger. But you got to show that you're open, that you're vulnerable by sharing and raising your hand, showing that you have nothing to hide. It allows the audience to go, oh, yes, I've been waiting for someone to lead me. You're my leader. But if you stand up there and you do these subtle things where you're, twitching and doing things, or maybe you hold something like your papers in front of you, now you're blocking the energy from your heart center. Any of those things is because you're trying to protect this. But if you let that go by doing nonverbal gestures to start it off, like, hey, how many of you have struggled with this? Right? It's opening that up for the audience, and it allows the energy to flow much better.
I love that. And you showed a book. Is that your book?
It is my book.
What is it? Your TED Talk? Oh, I love that.
Yes. So really going through everything from being on the screening committee to being the head coach for all 17 speakers to being hired one-on-one from just different speakers and different organizers. I was like, I want to put everything I have so that if somebody really wanted to do this, they could just jump in and start the process. Because that stage, it's a different stage than any other stage. It's got a lot of requirements, right? I mean, I just finished my TED Talk in Florence, Italy on May 4th. And it took me to another level of understanding what it goes on for the people that are actually doing it. And it's a lot more work than you think. And so I want people to be able to have something in their hands that they feel that they have everything from idea to standing ovation and beyond.
Oh, I love the standing ovation and beyond. Yes. And you know what? Go ahead and check her website out for the book. Get her book. And then also, we're almost at the end. Can you tell us what your free gift is? Because, I just love the free gifts.
Yes. So it is actually this book, the ebook with the resources. And so you'll have things in it that have like, what do you need in your application? What are they expecting? It has videos of me teaching more about storytelling, more about vocal tonality. It goes deeper into all of that, but you get that all for free. And when you download it, you'll get the book and you'll get all of those resources that you can use at any time.
Oh, wow. Wow. And that'll help you even if you don't want it to be a speaker. Okay. Yep. Even if you like to explain that just a little bit too.
Yeah. For me, the best part is that you're always communicating. So if you're struggling to get your teenager to take out the trash, maybe you should work on your tonality. Maybe you should start working on your presence, right? And so these are things you can use in everyday life. And if you are a business owner, you need to know how to sell. Well, these are the things that are going to help you sell without selling, right? And that's what we always want. Most people are really like, oh, I don't want to be sold to. Then you don't have to sell to them because you're just sharing your message. You're sharing golden nuggets, as we talk about. You're sharing yourself and your story and what you went through and how you got out of that. And all you're doing is reaching back and grabbing somebody a couple steps behind you to bring you in. So if you can do that in storytelling and tonality and how you present your offer to someone is important.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you can see why I had her on the show, because she's a world of information. And the thing is what? We're always communicating. We're always selling ourselves. Even if you work an 8 to 5, 9 to 5, it doesn't matter. So learn how to do these. These are writer downers. And if I had my mic out, I'd be giving you a mic drop right now. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. It was my honor.
Any last words before we put the song on?
I think the thing that people, I think so many people come to me and like, I don't know if I have a story. My story is not rags to riches. It's not this big thing, but everybody has a mess that they can create a message into, that they can walk somebody else through the fire. So it's really important. The world is crying out for more leaders. So it's your turn to show up and shine.
Oh, I love it. Mic drop. Thank you so much for being here. See you next time. Everybody, take a moment, get up, have an interrupt, listen to the words. I wrote the song just for you. So let's get up and get moving before it's here.
You got ambition, fire and soul. Look within your heart, let your spirit flow. Ask for what you want, show them what you got. Take it to the top, don't you ever stop. Shine, shine, shine on. Raise your vibration, shine, shine, shine on.
Hiya, get it, girl.
Looking for the answers, seeking you will find. Open up your heart, leave it all behind. Smile and laugh, oh a star. Show 'em who you are. Shine, shine, shine on. Raise your vibration. Shine, shine, shine on. You're the secret, you're the answer. You know who you are. Look within you, breathe and focus. You're a shining star.
Shining star, you are the star.
Shine, shine on. Raise your vibration. Shine, shine, shine on.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Don't you worry, don't you fake it. Be just who you are. You're the answer to the question. You're that shining star. Shine, shine, shine on. Raise your vibration. Shine.
Thank you, Erin. So you next time. Thank you. There we go.
Now that you can see all that you can be, breathe into your heart. Don't you ever stop. Shine, shine, shine on. Raise your vibration. Shine, shine.
Thank you so much for playing. I so appreciate you and playing and singing with me. You're just so awesome. So let's just take a deep breath now. Maybe even take some water, because that was a lot, wasn't it? And thank you again. I see you. I love you. Amazing, amazing. So wonderful golden nuggets from her. Let's just take a moment as I see you and love you and celebrate you. Let's take some water. And let's breathe into, because the next segment is about the calibration. And you know, I love the personal calibration, because this transmission, and I hope that you're open to it and say, yes, I'm open to this transmission, is helping you take all the information, which is a lot that I gave you today, and also Erin did. Such a beautiful soul. And we want to really calibrate and connect to this. So let's take a deep breath. In this personal calibration, we're going to reset. So take a deep breath and let it go. And let's remove and release any and all energies that are not in accordance with your energy. Let's remove, release one more time. Clap it out, clap it out, clap it out, and remove, release. Beautiful, beautiful. Take this time together here to take this energy and start your breath and diaphragmically breathing in and out. And as you breathe in and out, I want you to really experience, as we start to anchor, lock, and seal this energy, that we're starting to create and feel this and imagine this infinite energy flowing through you, of this healing, this abundance, great relationships. So how you show up and you serve, breathing this as these waves of energy healing, limitless abundance, to spiritual growth, to the beauty of how we show up with this wonderful wellness and connecting with these peaceful waves of energy. Hear my voice, but really feel my voice as you imagine the universe, this limitless healing, and it's becoming all around you, integrating this pure joy. Taking these moments and breathe this in with this celebration, breathe in this wellness. Breathe in muscle strength, heightened energy. Breathe in resilience. Breathe in this fitness, this strong feeling. Breathe in the abundance. Breathe in the wealth, the financial growth, the success. It's okay. Breathe in the multiple streams of revenue for your success, the major cash flow. Breathe into that and just relax your energy as you start to breathe in that enlightened, awakened feeling. And as you breathe in that connection to source, that increased intuition, inner knowing, breathe. There you go. As it's integrating, locking, and calibrating your vibrational field, transmuting this energy as we breathe in with wisdom, clairaudience, the intuitive, the awareness, the psychic sense of understanding. Breathe deeply on all levels, all dimensions, past, present, and future, feeling this energy. Feel this energy. There you go. It's anchoring, locking, and sealing. And as it is anchoring, locking, and sealing this energy down to the subatomic layer, keep your breath, all the way down to every cell nuclear, to every system, to every organ, to every DNA and RNA. Hit them all. There you go. Feel this. And you can feel it and really echo my words now. And as you echo my words, as I have it, I own it, I see it, I believe it, I know it, I feel it, everything comes easily with grace, ease, and glory. And feel this gratitude in your heart for this abundance, this healing, this spiritual growth, the beautiful relationships, how you show up and serve, because you deserve and have the very best. You deserve and have the very best with grace, ease, and glory. Sit with this vibration now. Feel this. Feel this. Beautiful. Beautiful. And as you're feeling this now, I want you to really have a memory of this. Your nervous system's going to remember this feeling, so you can come back anytime to come back to this vibration. Beautiful. Taking a breath and start to open your eyes and come back and move around a little bit. Move your hands, move your toes, shake it, and then come on back. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for playing and giving yourself and that permission to take care of yourself. I really appreciate that. And you know what? I'd love to give you a free gift because I want to get to know your story and get to know you. So go ahead and take a picture of that QR code and get on my calendar. Let's chatteruno. I love it. Chatteruno. Let's do it. And then you know what? Also, I'm loving that every week on Thursday, I have the wisdom and these people and amazing guests from all over the world coming out, because you know, this isn't just a show, it's a movement, it's a global impact. And next week we're going to have the beautiful Veronica Bond, and she's going to be talking about visibility and how to step into that visibility. I'm going to love to have her next week on the show. So we appreciate her for coming on. And I just want to reiterate one more time, you don't need to find your light. You're already wired for it. You just need to flip the switch. And you know what? Flipping that switch is knowing that you can just ignite it anytime. There's no finding it. And that's what I do, is to help you as a spiritual counselor, as a Reiki master. In the event energy conductor, I go to those events and hold that space. So when you're ready, let's do this together. And just remember again that I thank you and I see you and I love you. And remember to do what? Change your mindset. Ignite your energy, ignite that energy, ignite your love from that heart, and always keep shining on. And until I get to see you next week, share this with all your friends and family, because they also want to connect. I'll see you next time.